So recently I tweeted asking you guys to send me pictures of your pets, and I said I was going to draw them as Animal Crossing characters. And I have to say I did get so many adorable pictures of your babies, and I'm sad that I couldn't draw all of them, but yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're drawing your pets as Animal Crossing characters, and I'm very excited. So let's dive right into it. So the first pet we are doing today, his name is Ricky Bird. He belongs to my friend Silent Lilac, and I was really excited for this one because I love rainbow lorikeets. They are an Australian species and they're absolutely beautiful. And it was the only bird species that was submitted, so of course I had to do it because we have to have a bit of variety in this. But yeah, I'm really happy that we got more than dogs and cats. So as you can see, I have my reference here of the beautiful Ricky, as well as another reference below it that is just one of the characters from Animal Crossing that is also a bird. I'm keeping these as references as well because I do want this, drawing to be sort of recognizable as Animal Crossing characters, and I need those references by there just so that I can get the sort of anatomy and the dimensions correct. And yeah, so to start off, I am adding in basic shapes, as you can see, and I'm actually doing different parts of the body on different layers so that I can go back in later and just add the details, and it's a little bit easier that way. And yeah, for the art style today, I'm actually trying out a lineless style. In my last Animal Crossing video, I drew your characters as Animal Crossing characters, but I did a lineless style that time and I really did have a lot of fun, so I wanted to try and see how I could do that with drawing actual animals. I did have a lot of fun playing with colors with this one because, as you know, rainbow lorikeets are, well, rainbow. I had so much fun just adding in the brightest colors that I could, and yeah, the results speak for themselves. This is super bright, super colorful, and I feel like it does show Ricky quite well. So this next pet's name is Kiki, and Kiki belongs to Artsy Pineapple, and I love this little cat. I think she is very adorable, and I love the sort of pose that she's sitting in with her little collar. She just looks so dainty and elegant, so I had to try and draw an elegant cat for this one. I really like the patterns of this cat. As you can see, there is a large amount of white, but it also has those stripy brown patches. And yeah, I really liked how the patterns were different to the other cats, so I felt like it was very recognizable for this character. For the coloring style, I am keeping it quite basic because that is on brand with the Animal Crossing sort of art style, but as you can see, I'm adding in some nice little flares here and there. I made sure that the shapes of the eyes were similar to the characters that I'm actually drawing. And I really like this one, how I added in a nice shirt. As you know, Animal Crossing characters wear clothes, so of course I'm going to give these characters clothes, but I didn't want these clothes to be too intense, as well as the fact that this character, I should stop saying character, it's a pet, is wearing a white collar, so I wanted to accentuate that with the white sort of frilly t-shirt, and then a nice little necklace around her neck with a little diamond on it. I just felt like it looked nice and elegant and cute. Now with these, I wanted to try and give them a bit of a fuzzy look to them because, well, they're animals, so they're going to have fur if they're mammals. And of course, I am very happy that I did that because once I added in that furry texture with a smudge brush, it just gave it so much more character and detail, but still kept with the simplicity of the art style of the Animal Crossing sort of characters. I like it. I think it looks good and it was really fun to draw. So this next pet belongs to my very good friend Kami, and she has posted this adorable picture of her dog Bodhi, and at the time of posting, It was Bodhi's birthday and Bodhi turned 14, and that's amazing. He definitely doesn't look 14, he looks very, very well cared for, and I love the glossiness of his coat. Very, very good pupper, I think. 10 out of 10, definitely would pat. But yeah, I love the beautiful glow of this dog's coat. It looks almost blue in the sunlight. It's a beautiful dog, and of course I wanted to draw him. So I took that bluey black coat and I ran with it, and I added a lot of color into this one because I wanted to accentuate that, and I actually did color drop some of the colors from this, so it was accurate from the photo. And I had a lot of fun adding in that furry shaggy texture, especially around his ears. I had a lot of fun doing that, and again I'm using the smudge tool for that, and I'm actually using an inking brush. I believe it is the Studio Pen, and I think it works out pretty well. I also had a lot of fun with the patchy white fur on the bottom half, especially when it came to adding in that furry texture. It just really worked really well. Now with the shirt, I could not for the life of me decide what I wanted to do. I kept changing the colors for this. I knew I wanted to add a bone in there just for a little sort of icon on the shirt, but I could not decide what color I wanted for the shirt, so I just ended up going all, and instead of picking one color, I ended up picking many. That's right, I actually decided to do a bit of a galaxy sort of pattern on this, and I love this because there actually is a galaxy shirt in Animal Crossing, so I think it fitted pretty well. Now this next pet is another cat, and that's because most of them that were submitted are cats and dogs, which I'm definitely not complaining about because I love cats and dogs. But I really love the funny pose that this cat is sitting in and the personality that is just emanating from this image. This cat's really cute, and I bet she has a soft belly. Yeah, I had a lot of fun actually playing with color with this one. As you can see, this cat has a bit of a gradient. It does have a light sort of tannish color on its belly, and then it sort of fades to a really nice sort of browny gray kind of color on the top. It also had a bit of that beige color around its eyes as well, and to do this I just used a sort of airbrush brush, and I just added in some soft patterns here and there, as well as the stripes over the top. I kept this quite loose because I was definitely going to go over the top with that fur texture again that I love. And for this one I really did try to capture the same facial expression that this cat has. I love the little mouth and that little cute little nose that I ended up deciding on a little bit of a heart shape just for some, difference. I'm not sure what color eyes this cat has, but I think they're blue, and I actually decided to push the saturation of that blue just to add a little bit more color into this design. Now it's time to add that fur texture that I know and love, and after this I actually took inspiration from the curtain behind the cat to add a pattern for the shirt. It is a little bit long because at the time I decided to do a dress, and then later I realized I wasn't sure if this cat was a boy or girl, so I decided to shorten it a little bit, so it could be a shirt, it could be a dress, whatever you choose. But yeah, I really like how I chose to use that curtain pattern in the background as a bit of inspiration for the pattern of the clothing, because it just adds that little bit of individuality, and if I didn't see that pattern on the curtain I probably wouldn't have drawn the stuff like that, so it turned out pretty good. So this next one is actually a horse. Now this horse was submitted by my friend Geek Squeak, but it is actually Kami's niece's horse, and his name is Casper. I love that name. I actually have a cat named Casper, and yeah, it's a good name. I'm really glad someone actually submitted a horse because it's just another different animal, and variety is great. So for this one I actually wanted to play with the pose just a little bit because I just felt like doing that, and I actually gave it a little bit of a shy pose because I know horses can sometimes be a little bit shy, but I just felt like it was a really cute pose for this horse, and I'm glad with how the body and the head came out. I don't actually often draw horses, but this little cartoon horse is adorable and I love it. I really did enjoy getting that fur texture on the face. As you can see, it has some little speckles of different colors in that brown. as well as sort of whitish tips on the ends of its limbs. And I also had a lot of fun with the colors and the textures in the mane and the tail. I had to sort of make them a slightly different color to the main body because we're doing a lineless style here, and I really didn't want them to sort of blend in, but I think it turned out alright. Now with the eyes, I actually decided to add in a little bit of blue above it and some eyelashes. Now I know this makes it look a little bit feminine, but I just love drawing eyelashes on horses. I just think it's really cute. And I took the blue stripes on its reins as inspiration for its outfit, because I didn't want to just have brown on this horse. As you know, Animal Crossing characters wear clothes, and I wanted to insert a little bit more color while staying true to the original. Now again, I'm adding in that fur texture, and that's really where this character shines, especially in the manes and tail, and of course the patterns on its face as well. I feel like once I add that, it just gives it a special little touch that I just really like. And after that, it's mostly done, but I want to add in some minor changes just with the shadows and highlights, just to give it a little bit more of a 3D look, and we're done. So this last pet here, his name is Dougal, and he belongs with Sketch with Bex. And as I'm going to read from the tweet, he loves chicken, barking, watching TV. He also likes being stinky and avoiding the bath. I love this dog, and I think he is quite adorable, does have a lot of personality, and I couldn't help but draw him because he just has this little fluffy look about him that I adore. He kind of reminds me of an old man with a mustache, and I just love that. So with this one, I used the color picker tool a lot because I knew he was gray, but I wanted to see if I could get some more hues in there while still keeping the colors the same as the original image. And I think that actually turned out really well. I really love the colors in this one, and I especially had a lot of fun sort of exaggerating the fuzzy texture of his fur. I kept that really messy and just scruffy looking. And yeah, I really loved and enjoyed drawing this one just because he's so cute, and I tried to give him a little bit of an attitude in his pose as if he was like a grumpy old stinky man, and I love it so much. With the face, I tried to experiment with some different details. As you can see, there was maybe some eyebrows or, you know, eyelashes and that kind of thing, different mouths and noses, but I actually ended up deciding to keep the details kind of minimal on the facial features and just let the fur texture and the shapes of his body and stuff sort of dictate the, you know, overall appearance. I actually really like that I did that because it gives him this sort of cuddly teddy bear look to him, and it was really cute. Now with the shirt, I decided to go with a bit of a button-up aesthetic for this guy, just to sort of, you know, emphasize that old man sort of look to him, and I couldn't for the life of me decide which color I wanted, but I decided to go with a nice sort of dark purpley blue. So here's the final results for this video, and I love all of these animals. I just think they're all so cute and unique, and they show personality, and I love the simple yet colorful art style, and I think they suit really well with the Animal Crossing sort of game. I think these guys definitely belong in that universe. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please check out my Twitter so that, you know, in the future when I do community based stuff, you guys won't miss out. I really love doing the sort of community based videos where I maybe ask you guys to submit a drawing or a description of something, and then I can do it for a video. It's a fun idea. So anyways, I hope you all have a lovely day. Please stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.